Most daughters think they've set boundaries, but they haven't set these. Narcissistic mothers love nothing more than a reaction out of you. Those little criticisms or the backhand compliments that just get you to lose your composure, she's doing that on purpose. You end up blowing up, and then she'll give you a zinger and you'll just erupt at the last minute because she uses your emotions against you. And that's exactly where she wants you. So your emotions are her portal into easy control over you. Don't bleed around sharks. Your mother is a shark. Your emotions are the blood. Don't react. Today, we're talking about 4 boundaries to set with a narcissistic mother. The first one I'm going to talk about is emotional detachment. And so, a boundary that we don't often think about is detaching emotionally. Refusing to react to her attempts to bait you. Narcissistic mothers, or narcissists in general, love nothing more than a reaction out of you. Those little criticisms or the backhand compliments that just get you to lose your composure, she's doing that on purpose. It's no accident that she pushes your buttons in ways other people don't. And even when you do everything you can to keep yourself calm, you end up blowing up. Sometimes it's even as you're finally leaving when you let your guard down because you got through the visit, and then she'll give you a zinger and you'll just erupt at the last minute. You want to really emotionally detach and avoid reacting to her attempts to engage you or make you lose your composure. An acronym that we use that can really help with this is JADE, JADE. You put don't in front of all the letters and you say don't justify, attack or argue, defend yourself, or explain. Keep it as a little bumper sticker. Repeat it to yourself. Just remember that you want to not engage with her emotionally. And this is, in fact, what gray rock is all about, or now they're talking about yellow rock, which is gray rock with a little bit of warmth. You don't go no contact. You don't even change your level of contact. You're still physically there, but emotionally you've withdrawn. She probably will sense that something is off, but it's not anything that she can use against you because she uses your emotions against you. Because our emotions are the things that make us lose control, make us feel dysregulated. And that's exactly where she wants you. So your emotions are her portal into easy control over you. So if you want to empower yourself more, a good boundary is to detach emotionally from your mother. And that doesn't mean we are going to detach from our emotions altogether. You can kind of wait till you get home and deal with your emotions then. You don't want to be dealing with them with someone like your mother, who is only going to use them to hurt you. And the expression that I like is don't bleed around sharks. So your mother is a shark. Your emotions are the blood. Don't give it to her. Don't let her sense your vulnerability. Keep it very surface level. Don't react. And the second boundary is with your level of contact. It doesn't mean it has to be no contact. You're likely going to want to adjust what the contact looks like. It's very unlikely that when you start dealing honestly with your narcissistic mother, putting up boundaries, just dealing with the relationship in a way that is healthy for you instead of simply kowtowing to her, the contact is going to change. It might mean that you see her less often. It might mean that you see her for a shorter period of time. If your mother needed you to stay for a week at Christmas, and that week was the bane of your existence, You might just stay for a couple of days or less. You might not stay at her house. You might stay at a nearby bed and breakfast. The level of contact and the way the contact looks is going to change. It could be meeting in a neutral place. So it might be that you meet for dinner at a restaurant that you both like, so that you're in a neutral spot where you can leave anytime if things get really rough. You're not stuck there. If you can have a predetermined amount of time, generally dinner is about 90 minutes. That can be the amount of time you spend with her. And how often is up to you. If it used to be once a week, maybe now it's once a month. And it's just ways to change the patterns that were all about catering to her and using them in ways that are now serving you as well. Sometimes this is what daughters do when they're kind of not ready to go no contact. Not everybody is ready to cut ties right away. Sometimes it's done incrementally. I know for me, I did the once a month for 90 minutes at the keg. We would meet there for that amount of time and kept the conversation very surface level. And then it was time to leave. Changing the level and the nature of the contact gave me the confidence to see that I don't have to have contact. A lot of times we believe we have to because of what society says or what we think is being a good girl or what is acceptable. I hear clients saying, I don't want to be the type of person who cuts off my family. We have this idea of what that person is like, and we don't want to be that. This is all a lot of social conditioning. I got the confidence through this lowered contact that I could take it further. It became intolerable to me now to be doing something, spending time with someone who was really detrimental to me, even if that was a very limited amount of time. And once I was traveling for that visit, my inner adult was saying to me, why are you doing this? Why are you doing something that you don't want to do, that is not good for you in any way, in fact, is quite bad for you? I just couldn't tolerate it anymore because I had evolved into a person who took care of herself, respected herself, and prioritized her own needs. It no longer made sense for me to have these visits. Why? It didn't make sense anymore. I couldn't do it anymore. And in fact, that was the last visit. These limited contact visits can really be what you need to understand that it's possible to go no contact. Maybe that's the next logical step, an example of where we can use baby steps to get where we want to go instead of jumping into the deep end right away. And the third boundary that you want to set with your mother, and goes for anyone really, this is to stop over-explaining. Because as daughters, we have a tendency to just over-explain, even when nobody's asking us for an explanation. We feel like we have to explain away our very existence, and it just comes very easily to feel like we have to use a whole bunch of words. We have to talk other people into our point of view or help them understand us. It's really important that they get us. We waste a lot of energy explaining ourselves and our point of view, when in fact, with a narcissistic mother especially, that is a huge waste of time, a huge waste of energy. The boundary here is to say less. No is a complete sentence. It's not only about saying no, it's about not repeating yourself. So if you've set a boundary with your mother, you've told her what you want, repeating that over and over again is not what you want to do. Just keep repeating your boundary is giving your mother supply, because she is pulling you into her game where she is getting out of you what she wants. What you want to do instead is just, you've stated the boundary. The consequence for your mother is going to be that you extract yourself. So it either means you leave the conversation, you leave the room, you leave the venue, whatever it is, but she's going to lose access to you if she can't follow that boundary. If you just keep talking about it, she loves that. She's got you in the palm of her hand when you are doing that. So the less words, the better. No words sometimes is the best. The fourth boundary is actually boundaries with yourself. You want to stay consistent with your boundaries. So you don't want to kind of hold firm to it one day and then let it go the next. You want to really honor yourself with your boundaries and follow through with them even when it's hard. Sometimes it can feel exhausting to uphold our boundaries, especially in the face of a narcissist who won't follow it. It might feel easier, especially to the inner child, to just let it go this time. But that's a really bad idea. That's an example of the short-term gain and sacrificing the long-term gain of upholding the boundary, even though it's hard. So the adult is going to do the thing that's hard in the short term, but that benefits you in the long term. And the child is going to do the thing that's easier in the short term, but hurts you in the long term. So you can remember that too as a little rule of thumb. Do the thing that hurts in the short term. It's going to benefit you in the long term. So those are the 4 boundaries you want to have with your mother. They might sound a little bit different than what you're used to hearing. That's what I'm here for. So I hope these are helpful to you, and I will talk to you next time.